let's see here. I got a lot of things to talk about, boy. Believe me, man. I had to stop. I was thinking about something. I had to stop and write that down. I was like, oh, shit, let me go ahead and get this out of my system in Chicago. So some of y'all know I went through a divorce. It's finalized. Went through mediation last week. The way mediation works, y'all, I was discussing this with Julian. Julian also has a law firm. He's you got the law firm of Julian and Julian R. Green and Hummendinger. They can't really give you any legal advice, but he can get you coffee.
Yeah. If you want to make sure you're gonna lose.
Yeah, exactly. You want to guarantee loss? The law firm of Green and Hummendinger. They're the anti-suits. You ever seen that show?
Yeah. We don't get it done.
Yeah, lost your suit. Yeah. But yeah, it was an interesting process. I went through. It's like some people, they still don't know how divorce is done. I didn't really even understand how divorce was done in its entirety. I thought, you look at Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, you think it's going through all that and everything. No, that's the thing you want to avoid. You do not want to go to court. So you go to mediation. If you have assets to split up, anywhere from property to kids, which I guess could be property in a way, but your and kids.
Split the kids.
Yeah, down the middle. Yeah. You take a leg, I'll take an arm. But yeah, what you do is you go to mediation, and there's a guy that's there, and these days they have you on Zoom. Mm-hmm. So the guy has these people on the other side of Zoom. You don't see who they are. I didn't see me as a lawyer. I didn't see her. I got my lawyer, and then this guy comes in, and he just he talks. He's the broker between both parties. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting because my mediation went 5 hours. It's supposed to actually go 4, but it went 5 hours, and the whole thing is deal making the whole time. Really, that's all it really is. I mean, you just sit up there making a deal. Mm-hmm. So
I want this. Well,
yeah,
I'll give you this. Or
yeah.
I'll take this. Well, maybe we'll throw in that, but that's it.
Yeah, you're bidding in a way almost. And so, the mediator leaves, and I had a cool guy who was a mediator. This guy, he was pure Austin, man. He had a ponytail and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he was real cool. So what happens is the mediator will talk to you for a while and start. Because you got a spreadsheet and all that kind of stuff that you're working with. Things get brought up that you got to find at the moment and bring in. So he spends some time with you. And then he goes to the other party and talks to them. And he spends some time with them, which means it's just you and your lawyer over there. And now that it's on Zoom, you do things that you do like you do at home. Because you are at home. He went to take a shit a couple of times. He let me know. He was like, yeah, I had a pretty spicy dinner last night and it didn't agree with me, so if I get up a few took a shit a few times, and
okay,
I got hungry and said, hey, you mind if I cook some fish? So I was in the kitchen cooking salmon and everything, and then you two just start talking, and he was talking to me about movies. Turns out this guy loves movies. Uh-huh. And so my lawyer is he's probably like 62, 61, 63, something like that. And so we just start talking about, man, you got so much time on your hands. You just start talking about crazy shit sometimes. So he started talking to me. He says, have you seen this movie right here? I said, no, I don't think I've seen that. But you know some stuff from it. You probably don't even know it. I don't know, what do you mean? He's like, so you know Ren and Stimpy? So like, of course I know Ren and Stimpy. Like, yeah, I love Ren and Stimpy. Yeah. You know that song, Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy? And I was like, yeah, I love that. You're like, the lyrics in there. You didn't know it came from this movie over here. And it's like, I was like, man, I'm getting divorced. We talking about lots of money right here. And we talking about Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy, and Ren and Stimpy.
Uh-huh. What movie does it come from?
I'll show you. Here. So but the thing is, okay, it seems like it's kind of nonsense, time-filled conversation, but I was like, fuck, I started looking all that shit up while we were in mediation. I was oh my God. I was like, man, this is interesting. So it's a movie called The Big Country. Now let me play Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy for you. Because he was dropping some cartoon movie knowledge on me, man. Yeah. And it was cool. I was actually, like, I've been looking up this movie a lot now. Like, I want to see the actual movie. But yeah, this guy was cool, man. So this is Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. I'm gonna try to find a certain lyric in there. Let me see here.
Ren I've got a surprise for you.
Now, this is the Happy Helmet episode where he put a happy helmet on Ren and was pretty much driving Ren insane. He made him a happy slave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he had this helmet on his head. And it was driving him crazy. It was scary to see because Ren was losing his mind because he couldn't get this shit off his head.
It's forcing him to smile.
Yeah, he was forcing him to be happy. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it right here.
Some people aren't happy unless they aren't happy.
That was actually the resolution. He's at the end of the song. He's about to fucking kill Stimpy. He's choking his ass, and Stimpy's like, "Ren, you're angry." He's like, "You got that right. I'm angry." That makes me happy.
Happy joy joy, happy happy joy joy, happy happy joy joy, happy happy joy joy joy. I don't think you're happy enough. That's right. I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs. Now, boys and girls, let's try it again. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
By the way,
This was marketed to kids?
yeah, it was actually
okay.
Kids and adults. But
mostly
adults, but
Yeah. They dropped the line in there. I was like, whoa.
Oh, what, suck eggs or
No,
something?
he said, I'm gonna teach your grandma how to suck it or some shit.
No, suck eggs.
Oh.
Teach your grandma to suck dicks. Yeah, this kid show. I'll teach your grandma to suck cocks. Are you ready, kid? No, it was. Listen, I do not like John Kricfaluski. I think is how you say his name. John K, as they call him. I didn't like him before he got caught doing shady shit. I didn't. He said some shit to me that made. Yeah, he said hurt my feelings.
but he apologized.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. It's kind of like a backwards ass apology in a way. Because it was almost like, I'm sorry that you suck. John K saw a drawing of mine that I put up. That's not even me. Somebody put up on the internet. And I saw that John K complimented on it. The guy didn't want it up there. And granted, it's not one of my best illustrations, but it was something that I did back when doing Spill. And so I saw that he commented on it. I was like, oh shit, John K came in. And I read it, and he was like, yeah, people, see, this is what I'm talking about with bad illustrations. Sometimes people think that they even brag about being bad. It was for that show, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
And he thought I was, sitting up here saying, oh, look how extraordinary we are with our art. And I was like, you fucking asshole. It's like, you don't even know the context of this. And so the reason why he was doing this, and it all makes sense now, he was probably having some young girls, talking to him online, and he was trying to impress them by pretty much pointing out how everybody else sucks. And so I wrote him and I said, and I wasn't even mad about it. I was hurt, but I wasn't like, you fucking asshole, how dare you talk about me? You suck too. And I was like, nah, this guy's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
He's an amazing animator. He's brought me a lot of entertainment. He's been inspirational. So I just went in and say, look, man, I'm sorry that I'm not the best artist out there, but you know what? I still think that you're great. You're still an inspiration, and I'm doing my best. I'm trying, man. I'm still learning, So what can I say? That's all I can do. And he came in and apologized, like, yeah, all right, okay, so sorry. So, I was like, oh, fuck you, man. So anyway, I think, this. I still look at this today. He had those allegations, which ended up being true, that he was grooming and dating an underage girl. Guy's creep. So I'm not defending him. But man, I still look at this short right here, and I still think, damn, this is some really great animation.
Oh yeah.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. If and you ain't the granddaddy of all liars, the little critters of nature, they don't know that they're ugly. That's very funny. A fly marrying a bumblebee. I told you I'd shoot, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me?
That line right there. He said, you remember that line in Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy? I told you I'd shoot, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me? He said, man, that's from this movie called Big Country.
Okay.
The Big Country. And he said, yeah, look it up.
I always figured it's from a movie.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought that Ren and Stimpy was just so crazy. They were just making up those lines. And here I am, calling myself a movie person. And I never knew that. Now, when he mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I've heard of this movie before. But I never had seen it. And so he said that line is a takeoff from that movie. I told you I'd shoot. And it's Burl Ives, man. So this movie has, Martin and I would know this because, you know, we're old and we used to watch these old TV shows with our dads, but it has Chuck Connors from
the Rifleman. Yeah.
And he's actually a villain in this.
He was a villain in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And Burl Ives is his...
He was an evil slave owner in Roots.
Oh, he was? I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, he was one who raped Kizzy.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. I used to like that guy, too. Fuck
Yeah.
that guy. I'm glad I'm glad his daddy shot him. So in this movie, he plays a bad guy, and he's supposed to have this honorable shootout with somebody else. And he doesn't. He does something cowardly where he tries to shoot the other guy in the back. So Burl Ives plays his father, who went ahead and just said, damn, this asshole, and just shot his own son.
Oh, dang.
And then he came over and he told him, I told you I'd shoot. Why didn't you believe me?
I told you. I told you I'd do it. I told you, but you wouldn't believe me. Damn your soul! I told you!
So my dad hated Chuck Connors. He always said he was the worst actor in the world. And I was like, I like Chuck Connors just fine. And even when I mentioned that to my mom, she was like, what the fuck? He don't even know anything about Chuck Connors. Why would he even say something like that? But to see that scene right there, I go like, maybe my dad
He's in disbelief that it's damn. What was that dude in Toy Story 2?
God, what's his name?
You know,
Sneaky Pete?
Stinky Pete?
Stinky Pete, yeah.
Yeah, that dad looked like Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was mad. Yeah, he was shocked that his dad looked like Stinky Pete shot his ass. What the fuck, Dad? Yeah, apparently there's some other lines in there like, if you ain't the granddad of all liars. So he said he took a lot from that movie and
funny.
Ren and Stimpy. So yeah, I thought.
Oh, you know, I ought to play the rest of that scene for young Julian here.
Oh, Julian, man, listen, Julian,
Way before my time.
Julian, I'm gonna show you this.
It wasn't actually.
Yeah, you probably
That movie?
No,
not the movie.
That's way before all our times. Man, we ain't that old, man. Come on. No, Ren and Stimpy, man. I'm gonna show you this from the beginning.
Oh, the animation.
Yeah, this is only 2 minutes. I'm gonna show you this. You never used to watch Ren and Stimpy?
No.
Ren and Stimpy was.
When did it come out?
What was it? Like 92?
Yeah.
91, 92?
I guess so, but whenever it was reruns or I had them tapes, my kids used to watch them. We used to watch them together.
Yeah, I think it was 91. But like I said, for all my trash talking about John K, man, I think that guy was somewhat of a genius.
I mean, this show was, it was like nothing anybody had seen.
It was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It revolutionized animation in a way.
Like, you wouldn't have SpongeBob if it wasn't for this show.
Exactly, man. He's one of those guys who, if you let his ass go, he went too crazy.
That's right.
If he had the right handlers around him, he made some incredible, genius stuff. And I watch this about at least once a year, this Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy song. Because I think, for one thing, it's one of the funniest things I've seen in animation. And for another, I think this is some amazing animation they've done in here. He had this whole thing where he never wanted drawing to look the same.
Yeah. Was it like no model sheets?
No model sheets and all that kind of stuff. So the animation, this is incredible. But in this, if you don't know Ren and Stimpy, Ren is like the guy that gets slapped around, and I'm sorry, Ren's the leader. Okay. Ren's like he's like the angry straight man type, and Stimpy is like the dumb one. And Stimpy's always getting abused by Ren, and because the Ren is always angry. So Stimpy's saying, fuck this, I'm tired of getting beat up by this guy. So he made this thing called a happy helmet and put it on Ren. Except Ren, it got to the point where Ren had no control over himself. So this is the end of it, where you see him bringing home a record called Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy, and Ren is just in pain. He's suffering because he's way too happy.
Ren, I've got a surprise for you. Come out, wherever you are. Hey, maybe Ren is somewhere being sad. I will make him happy again.
It's like a drug dealer or something.
This thing is really surreal. The animation is very psychedelic in a way.
It looks like a drug dealer.
What's that? He looks like a drug
He
dealer?
looks drug dealer, yeah.
It looks like you were on drugs when watching this.
Look at him.
Ren, oh Ren.
Ren high as
Boy,
fuck.
Ren, if you think you're happy now, wait till you hear this. It's a record of my favorite
It looks like
song.
Burl Ives.
It's supposed to be Burl
Okay.
Ives, yeah.
It's called Happy Happy, Joy Joy.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old pal, Stinky Wizzleteats. This is a song about a quail. No. This is a song about being happy. That's right. It's the happy, happy, joy, joy song. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy.
See, this is why I love showing this to people. Because people haven't seen it. They like him.
Yeah, well, plus they're like, what the hell is going on? And like, this is supposed to be a kid's cartoon. That's
what I'm saying,
It's
yeah.
about being happy, but this is disturbing. And especially like, this one character does not want to be happy. He's being forced to smile and go along with this. So he's in agony.
He's almost being mind raped,
Yeah.
in a way.
I don't think you're happy enough. That's
What?
right. I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Oh, okay.
Now,
That
boys
makes
and
it suck
girls,
it.
let's try it again. Happy, happy, joy, joy. 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 Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy.
So what do you think so far?
Fucking high as fuck. Both of them. that dude got him high. And you know they say never get high on your own supply. He
Yeah,
got high on his
all
own
those
shit.
psychedelics and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
the
yeah,
fuck?
man. All on LSD. So you've never seen this before.
Anything before 98, I ain't seen.
Wow, and you know that speaks to just how groundbreaking this is. Like, even though he's seen SpongeBob and all these other bizarre cartoons, this still has the biggest impact.
Right, right.
If and you ain't the granddaddy of all liars, the little critters of nature, they don't know that they're ugly. That's very funny. A fly marrying a bumblebee. I told you I'd shoot, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe
You
me?
gonna love this right here. You gonna love this point. Look at you can see what's gonna happen next. You gonna love this.
Hey, he's high as fuck.
Happy, joy, joy. Happy, joy, joy.
That's my favorite part right here.
Hey, bitch.
They talk about who invented the twerk. Stimpy.
Right, Stimpy.
Stimpy invented the twerk. And it wasn't even black people. It was a damn animated cat that invented that shit.
This shit wore off. Come here.
Oh man, that's amazing. I love that. I love that. I really.
Yeah. None of as wild as those other cartoons got, they could never reach this level because after this, they said, okay, no more of that.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
I'm like, kids watching this?
Man, there were a lot of parents who did complain about it. When I was in college, I gotta itch on my back. When I went to college, I worked at the school newspaper, and there was this. So they had in the printing room, they had people who worked there full time who were not students. In fact, they were much older. And there was a guy who had 2 kids, and he's like, "I'll let my kids watch Ren and Stimpy." He's like, he said it gives them ideas. And I was like, man, on the one hand, you're kind of a Nazi dude. On the other hand, I was like, I can see.
Hey man, that one with the teeth, I showed that to my kids. I was like, this is why you need to brush your teeth.
Yeah, man, you think that's crazy. Mark's talking about an episode. It was the nerve endings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that just made my flesh crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When all his teeth fell out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'll show you something on another day. Like, they did stuff in that cartoon. The only reason why I think they let it pass is because either somebody wasn't paying attention because this guy was just putting out a lot, or they just let him do anything because he was getting the views. But there's one where this is a kid's cartoon.
Okay.
They have this thing called the severed head fairy, which don't ask why they're doing it, but what it is that Ren takes a severed head, a bloody severed head, puts it under his pillow, and a fairy comes and takes it and leaves money. Now, it's bad enough they leave, it's a kid's cartoon that has a severed head in it, a bloody severed head, but when the fairy comes and takes the severed head, all of a sudden the fairy turns into an old blues singer-looking black dude. Mm-hmm. And he takes the severed head and he sticks the head between his ass cheeks and flies away.
And this is a kid's cartoon.
This is a kid's
I
cartoon.
mean, look, they knew it was mostly adults watching it because it was by the time this came out, there was like a big thing with adult cartoons. The Simpsons were huge, like early when they were huge, and during this time, South Park came along. Mm-hmm. So like this was a thing, and they were
Did South Park come along at that time?
Not in the beginning, but it did eventually. Like they were all three on at the same time, sorry. But they were, you talk about them getting the views. They were getting huge views, and it would take them forever to get new episodes out. And people just watch every week, just waiting for them to finally get some new episodes.
Damn.
Yeah.
So this was before SpongeBob, man. Yeah, this
yeah.
was SpongeBob.
Yeah, no.
SpongeBob.
Once this was over, some of those guys, like especially the background artists, Vince. I think Vince Waller. He left, from here. He went to SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
And the thing with this, man, is that these guys. There's a documentary where these guys were rock stars, man. Like this cartoon was so popular that they did a signing at a record store, and it was 1,000 people lined around the block just to get their autographs.
Damn.
And on SpongeBob, sometimes they'll do like an extreme close up, and it's all gross.
Yeah.
That started with this show.
Yeah, it sure did.
Shit.
And Ryan Hamilton, thank you, Ryan. This is the episode that Martin is talking about.
I know Ryan Hamilton gonna find it.
Oh no! Ryan and Skull, they're quick to find things, and it's just real quick. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But again, to show you how far they would go, here's the nerve ending scene from Ren and Stimpy. I'm looking at it right now. I'm like,
It's like watching The Boys.
Yeah, before The Boys, there was Ren and Stimpy. They got away with a lot of shit, man. Oh, you know what? While we're at it, I'll just go ahead and show you the severed head episode, man.
Ryan brought that one up too.
Yeah, it's not the whole episode, but it's the fairy coming in. Because I remember this. That's worth a couple of dimes. Let me see here.
A bloody head! And it's a Jim Dandy!
See, they show blood. They wouldn't even show blood on cartoons back in the day. You remember that?
Yeah.
This ain't creep y'all out when y'all young.
Fuck yeah, it creeped us out. But that's what was so cool about it.
That's worth a couple of dimes.
So he stuck the head in his ass. You see that?
And they gave him 2 quarters.
And there's a part that we turned into an old. Maybe that was another episode. I thought he turned into an old blues black singer. The song. I can't.
That wasn't
find
one
it.
with Ghost.
What's that?
But that wasn't an episode with Ghost.
Maybe it was. Maybe I have them mixed up now. Yeah, but hey, I got most of that right, y'all, because y'all saw just like I described it. He came in, took a damn head, a severed bloody head, put it in his ass cheeks.
Couldn't just put it on his arm like a normal person.
Yeah.
A normal person who picks up severed heads.
And here's God damn it. Here's the one with the old blues black singer. I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see which one this is. I think you're right, Martin. It was like they were in a haunted house or something.
Gonna end it all. Sweet Lord!
Oh, I think it's the same episode, or maybe it's the same character, but yeah, he killed himself. He committed suicide.
Wait, what?
He just a ghost committed suicide, I think, and then turned into the ghost of an old black blues singer.
Oh, are you crazy, man? You can't do that. Here, do this.
You would never get away with this today. Well, maybe on Netflix or something now. Yeah.
I don't even know, Darren.
I think on network you couldn't. I think Netflix maybe they could get away with some shit now.
Man, what a blast!
The fuck?
Exactly. No explanation.
I know you're like, why? Don't worry about it. It just is.
I'm alive. Killer.
And everybody's naked.
So
Everybody
where the clothes at?
everybody always has their ass hanging out, man.
Where your
Putting
clothes at,
things
bro?
in their ass. Yeah.
Hey, I'll see you on the next shot.
Where the car come
Man, there you go.
Alright. Shit.
I tell you what, man, the one that I watched over and over and over was the one where they were the pets of George Liquor. Do you remember that when
hell yeah.
he gave them that whole speech about not getting on the couch?
Yeah, he was abusive alcoholic,
Yeah,
y'all.
abusive alcoholic. He was yelling at them, and he's like, "You see this couch here? Don't you? I don't wanna ever catch you on this couch. I better not ever see the likes of you on this couch. If I see you on this couch, you just wait. Don't you ever get on the goddamn couch. All right, now get on the couch."
Yeah.
And they were like, "The fuck, what?"
Yeah, he was mentally abusive to them, man. It was like he was an alcoholic who was doing that. Like, they did some shit in here that was very disturbing. Now watch, somebody gonna give us the George Liquor episode, man.
Where you at, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm surprised it took y'all that long. So you seeing this for the first time. What are your impressions, man? Just gut impressions.
I mean, as a kid, I won't be watching that shit. There's no way in hell my mom would let me watch that.
Really?
Yeah, just watching them episode? Hell no.
What do you mean, really? But most parents like turn it on, you know, and you're gonna watch your cartoon, and they stop for a second and go like, "Wait,
hold
what
on,
is
hold on.
this?
What the fuck you watching?
Let's watch something else."
Yeah, no, my mom would have seen that
man.
shit. Hell no, she wouldn't let me watch
My
that.
mother would have let me watch the hell out of that, man.
No.
But again, my mother would just be happy. I'm not running around getting on
Right.
fucking nerves, you know. But I think this
She
is
would have
the,
said, "Korey, there's not something else you can watch."
the only way she would tell me not to watch it if I was too obsessed. Because like I said, she wouldn't let me watch Secret of Them for a week.
Oh, boy.
Because I was watching it too many times. I think this is the George Liquor episode.
Oh, somebody found it?
Yeah.
Today's lesson is discipline. Now, in order to learn discipline, you must learn to misbehave. Now, you see this over here? This is a couch. Now, a couch is a human luxury. It's not for the likes of you.
You were right, Martin. I mean, he ain't even being mean yet. It's already creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how.
Plus, you look at their expressions; they're all like, "Oh, fuck."
I say, yeah, the fuck going on?
There was always this really creepy, disturbing undertone to the show. Always.
You must learn your place. Don't you ever let me catch you on my couch. Yes, sir. There's nothing a man hates more than having his lower life forms sit on his non-living possessions. Yep. Now go ahead. Get up there.
What?
That's right. Up on that couch. You heard me. Get on that couch. Come on. Make me mad. Make me mad.
Oh man, that was sometimes.
That's fucked up because anybody with an abusive parent could really identify with this.
Hell yeah.
Or especially an alcoholic parent.
Martin is he's not exaggerating.
I'm gonna be really mad.
Like George Liquor. George Liquor was my father at times and your father sometimes. I'll tell you another story on some other day, but my father did this same shit to me where I didn't know how to change a tire. My father on the gas station, I know how to change a tire, and these people, he made me go out and change the tire of one of his customers. And when I was about to mess up their car, I was so terrified. I went back in to tell my dad. It was like, listen, they told me to come back in and tell you that you need to get somebody else to change the tire. And my dad yelled at me, "Get out there and change the goddamn tire, son! Shit, it ain't nothing but change the tire." And I was like, "Oh!" And I rode my bike home. But my dad at times was George Liquor.
George Liquor, yeah.
Fuck. And somebody said, "How old were you?" I was like 11 or 12. I think it was probably about 11 because I remember I got on my bike and just rode home. I was terrified.
Yeah, my dad was George Liquor every weekend.
Oh shit!
Every weekend your dad changed that.
Come on, son.
Get on that couch. Move and your man don't scream at you.
Okay, I love the animation. I love the animation.
So I'm just gonna guess how you feel. You feel kind of disturbed, but you can't help but laugh,
Yeah, but
right?
it's funny. I like it's funny.
Yeah.
Like the character's expression is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. The
yeah.
animation, no matter how disturbing it was, the animation and the joke timing
Uh-huh.
is so incredible.
Like I just
in
can't
this.
stop watching the characters.
What did I tell you?
Look at him. Oh man, I'm so glad you brought this episode up.
Couch.
Oh man. So let me ask you this: do you like the show?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I like it.
Do you think you'll go back and watch more episodes at some point?
How many are out
Man,
there?
that's a lot.
It's a
Is
lot.
it like SpongeBob numbers?
No, not at all. Because like SpongeBob, they were able to crank that out. And
it's
like I said,
crazy
this
for
show,
years.
man, they might get 3 episodes out, and you wait almost a year
Oh,
for the
okay,
next
so it ain't
few.
that bad. Okay.
Yeah, and it was 2 or 3 really good seasons, and then
Yeah.
Oh, that
it
shit just
kind
fell
of
off.
But then he left, didn't he?
Yeah, he left, and everybody thought the show was going to tank, and it was like the show was fine without him. Matter of fact, it was a little bit more, tame. I mean, not tame, but not in a bad way, just more focused. But then it just kind of ended, and then years later, they did a revival on Spike TV, and those episodes weren't nearly as good.
Yeah, but
When it was on Spike TV, that's when John Kay, the director and the creator of this, that's when he had no controls on him. They said, "Oh, now we're gonna really let him cut loose," and that was a terrible decision because since he was held under the restraints of being somewhat of a having the rules of a kid show applied to him.
Yeah, Nickelodeon.
He had to be more creative, and so
Right,
but with that went on Spike TV. He was just being nasty, man.
Yeah.
And it was.
So give an example. Like what was he doing? Like what's the episode?
Well, I can't think of any episodes, although he kept bringing back Mr. Horse. But it would just be stuff for shock value, but it wasn't really that funny, and it didn't lead like these episodes. They had a plot to them,
Okay.
and yeah, like they ended up having to kick him off this show. A lot of it was because he was being too much a perfectionist, was why it took the show so long to come out. But also he was being a troublemaker.
Yeah, it was just more gross out humor, but even more sex stuff.
Yeah.
In there, there's like this right here was just kind of innuendo. He was being kind of blatant with it, in that show. He just being
Sex-
nasty.
sex
He was
stuff.
being nasty to the point where it just felt like he just did it to be shocking. It was kind of repulsive, and then it was just it was childish, you know.
Childish, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like this is not there's no gag here anymore. The brilliant thing about these episodes is that there was these were jokes written out. You know, these were the jokes within the you know, with the physical humor and the writing itself.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't have that with the one on Spike TV. It was just like, I'm just gonna say something nasty because I can. And
There
it
was,
was just,
there was no joke there.
not really.
Not
Oh,
really.
shit.
Like, it
Nah.
wouldn't be that funny.
Yeah, let me see here.
Like, the offensive-ness of it didn't balance with the humor.
Yeah, let me see here. I don't even know if I can show this on.
Yeah, we got that bad.
Well, I can show it. I mean, but
I
it's
mean,
just-
nobody pulled their dicks out or anything.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it is kind of. I don't know what I'm getting into with this. I watched one episode back in the day, and I was like, nah, not for me.
I watched 2 or 3 because I thought,
Really?
well, maybe they got to get warmed up. But after about that, I was like, all right, this is not doing it.
Nah, we ain't coming back. Let me see here.
Oh, that episode where they killed Mr. Horse. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
Maybe that was in the later episode. Those later episodes. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was genuinely disturbing. But in a way where I was like, all right, this is actually, I appreciate that.
That's the one I remember. They were physically abusing this frog. Like they were torturing a frog or something. There was no gag to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is an example of what we're talking about. Again, Ryan Hamilton sent this through. Let me see here. You know, you can see already. You know, this is what I mean by the sexual jokes. They weren't subtle anymore.
Oh my God, dude.
And it just goes on and on.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, a lot of people like, yeah, it's gone, man.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit the same as the other ones.
Nah. Anyway, y'all, it's cool to get a reaction from somebody who hasn't seen this before.
Right.
What's it called again?
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, man. You know, listen, you got enough stuff to watch, but if you're ever online and you're just kind of curious, look it up, man. It's actually the original show is actually very funny, as you can see.
Stimpy, here, right here.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy, man.
5 seasons. Okay, 1991. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's on Paramount.
No,
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Oh, there you
What's
go.
this? And then
There you
Amazon Prime it says.
go. Oh, there you go, man. Check it out. All right, everybody. It's kind of a surprise detour conversation that we had. I think that'll probably be a good YouTube video one day, too.